Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and in this video I'm going to talk about the similarities and differences between these two instruments, namely tin whistle and recorder. First of all, let's start with the similarities. Both are wind instruments and they are both people flutes, meaning that you have to blow into the instruments and the air is directed by the fipple into the labium that cuts the air, and the sound is created when you open and close the holes, producing different tones, like this. And the main difference between these instruments is that the tin whistle has a 6 hole on the upper part of the instrument, while the recorder has 7 holes on the upper part of the instrument and 1 hole in the back. Another difference is that you can clearly distinguish the fipple in a tin whistle, because for example in this model the body is red and the fipple is black, while in the recorder the fipple cannot be distinguished by the rest of the instrument, and usually recorders are built in 1, 2 or 3 pieces, while tin whistles are usually built in 1 or 2 pieces. Also, the fipple is slightly different. Here in the recorder it is thicker and slightly rounder than that of the tin whistle. And another difference is the material in which the instruments are produced. Tin whistle are mainly built with metal, such as tin, from which the name derives, or also made of brass or aluminum or other metallic alloys, while the recorder is built mainly in plastic and wood. The original material was wood, and here can be made of different woods. The cheaper ones are maple or pear wood, but there can be also very expensive recorders made of palisander or grenadilla. And as far as concerned the design, the tin whistle looks simpler. This one has a conical bore, because here the fipple it is larger, while here at the end it is thinner. But there can be also tin whistles like this that have a conical, a cylindrical bore, because it's all thin and it's not larger here in the upper part. As far as concerns the recorder, it's less simpler, of course, because it has these like Baroque style decorations. But there are also recorders that look more like Renaissance flutes. But yeah, it looks less simpler in general. And the repertoire is also different, because usually tin whistle is used to play folk tunes, traditional tunes like British, Scottish, Irish and Welsh tunes, while the recorder is more used in ensemble or also on its own, playing classical, Renaissance or Baroque music. Tin whistle, of course, can be played alone or in sessions of traditional music. Another very important difference between these two instruments is that the way you produce the notes in the second octave. So both instruments can produce more or less 2 octaves of range. Then it depends from they can play also a few extra notes in the third octave, but it depends from the quality of the instruments and also from the skills of the player. But yeah, to produce notes in the second octave, the tin whistle, you just need to blow harder and stronger, keeping the same fingering. So for example, as this. While for the recorder, to produce notes in the second octave, there's this hole in the back. You need to cover it partially for certain notes, or to uncover it totally for other tones. So this hole in general, it remains closed for notes in the first octave, and then it can be opened slightly or totally for notes in the second octave. And if you wish to play chromatic music, it's better to play on the recorder, because it is fully chromatic and it is far easier to produce chromatic tones, while the tin whistle is generally a diatonic instrument, so you can play with it only using certain keys, or you need to produce chromatic notes, you need to half all the instruments, so cover only half of the whole you need to. As far as it concerns the sound of the two instruments, the tin whistle tends to have an airier, softer sound compared to that of the recorder, that has a stronger, clearer sound. But then again, it depends from the quality of the instrument, the model, and the material. As I said before, tin whistles are usually made of metal, but I forgot to say that there are also many other models that are made of plastic and even of wood. And if you compare a plastic tin whistle to a plastic recorder, the sound is much more similar than if you compare a metallic or brass tin whistle with the sound of a plastic recorder. And I also forgot to say that there are a few models of recorders that, for example, have their people made of plastic and their foot made of wood. So there can be different combinations. The usual combination in tin whistles is that they are made of metal and they have a plastic fipple. But there again, there could be tin whistles that are all made of plastic in their body and their fipple, and there are tin whistles that are made entirely of metal with metal body and metal fipple. There can be also tin whistles made of plastic or metal that have even a wooden fipple. So there can be different combinations, and also the sound can vary according to those differences and different materials used. So hope you enjoyed this video and it has been useful for you. If so, please subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with new further video coming about woodwind instruments. And see you next time. Bye!